Human race is funny. The first guy who told us about planetary motion, we just persecuted him. And the one person who gave us computing that we so gleefully use today was pushed to his death. And funniest of all, we went horribly wrong in the first round of globalization, causing the extinction of all our hominin cousins, like Denisovans, Neanderthals, etc., just to ensure our survival. This does not sound funny anymore. Now, we're in the second round of globalization. Let's get it right this time. But the question is, can we be together and be different at the same time? Well, that is what globalization is. And yes, we can, simply by being aware of where we come from, encouraging bold thinking, and preserving what we have. Firstly, we should learn from our past. We're all from the same family, the same mother, Mother Lucy, who was the first Homo sapien, which is a good reason to have unity. But we need to understand why we are all one. Because we were xenophobic, afraid to be heterogeneous, and thought that the only way to survive was to kill the others. Now, if this continues, then after 1,000 years, only a section of us will survive. Imagine a completely homogeneous populace, having the same skin color, same religion, and speaking the same language. We don't want that to happen. Let us not ignore someone because of their culture. All of us do not need to be the same, but accept that their similarities are stronger than our differences. Secondly, human beings are complete imbeciles if their thinking abilities are taken away. Still, it is interesting that in all our institutions, general education, popular culture, politics, we often discourage questioning and critical thinking. There will not be any bold thinkers if everyone thinks the same. Let's look back into the past. Galileo was punished for thinking bold, just because the rest of us were lacking imagination. Euclid gave us the basics of geometry in 300 BC, and it took us 2,100 more years to tell Euclidean geometry from elliptical geometry, without which, by the way, we would not even have the luxury of using GPS. Bold thinking is so difficult and rare to come by, and we are bent on wiping it off the moment we see it. Nurture it instead. And think of the scientific giants who shared their knowledge. Thanks to Newton's laws, we have the luxury of cars and aeroplanes. If not for Graham Bell's sharing, we would not even have our iPhones and iPads. But they never said, I will share this only with my community and my country. So encourage bold thinking and share wisdom for the common good. The comedy of human errors does not stop here. We have been gifted with miraculous constants of nature. The tilt of the Earth is 23.5 degrees. A little more or less, we would be freezing or burning and would be extinct. The gravitational pull of the Earth, a little more or less, collapse or fly out into the space. And the amount of oxygen on Earth, if it is a tad bit more, inferno, burn. No wonder Professor Einstein said, God does not play dice. But now we, like unruly children, are intent on spoiling this delicate balance with our mischiefs such as pollution. Besides, our ancestors gave us various cultures and civilizations that took thousands of years to build, and contributions from millions of people, whereas destroying one would take very little time. Where are my Inca friends, the Aztecs, the Red Indians? Why are they lost? You are answerable to me as a child. I do not want to be in the same position for our future children. So, we need to think wider than our cultures and preserve what is gifted. So where does all this leave us? We should retain diversity while having unity. That's right, diversity in unity, not just a homogeneous mass that looks and feels the same and that does not think. I have friends from 5 different religions speaking 16 different languages, and I have seen all of them celebrate everything joyfully. It is nice to be a child, as we children have mastered the art of diversity in unity, and I would demand all adults to do so as well. My little experience says cultures should converse in order to conserve, and that's an idea worth spreading. Thank you.